I don't really know how to start this video. I apologise for it not being a normal video, but these obviously are not normal times. I must admit I've put this video off for days. I have been oscillating between feeling tearful and then just feeling lost. I've seen some fantastic tributes by Prince fans. Greg White, Tanya McManus, Jester Jenkins, some fantastic tributes. And I want to say to Prince fans generally, you've done us proud. I mean, you really have. The respect, the dignity, the acts of kindness. I mean, the messages I've had from people have been amazing, and the messages that I know other people have got. Asking if they're okay, asking, if they need support, or if they, just want to share, or shoulder to cry, or the support from the Prince Army, the Purple World, has been phenomenal. I mean, you guys have just done yourselves proud. You truly have. You really have been fantastic. There's been so much love, and I see a lot of love around me, so thank you for that. There's a lot of love generally. I think since Prince has passed, we've heard a lot of stories about Prince's charity work, a lot of acts of kindness that he did in secret, and he didn't tell anybody, and he kind of did these things on the condition that no one knew about them, and I think that tells you a lot about the man he was. It really does. For fans, this video is obviously about what we've lost. For non-fans and or casual fans, my next video is going to be about why I am convinced that we've just lost the greatest artist that ever lived. I truly believe that, and my next video will talk about that. I'd say that Prince gave so much in his life. He really gave so much, but I still felt he had so much more to give. There was still so much more. I always thought he'd go on forever. Anyway, this one video cannot do justice to Prince. It's not possible. To do justice to Prince in one video is rather like trying to do justice to Prince with one album. You can't. I could talk about, the punk of Dirty Mind, but that doesn't tell you who Prince is as an artist. I could talk about the new wave sound of controversy, but that doesn't tell you who Prince was as an artist. I could talk about the sublime the ethereal track and album Purple Rain, but again, that doesn't really do it justice. The eclecticism of Sign of the Times, the spiritual battle of the Black Album and Love Sexy, but all these things are just a part of this man, of this genius. They are all just one aspect of Prince. What I'm going to do personally is 3 videos. This first video, which is just about what Prince meant to me personally, my personal take on what Prince was. I don't really like saying was. It's just what he meant to me personally. Second video is 10 reasons why I think that Prince is the greatest artist that ever lived. And my final video will be Prince's legacy. It will be about how Prince changed the game. And he did. He really did. Now, some people say, why are you so upset? Why is this? And I saw a great quote online, which says a lot, I think. It says that we don't mourn artists because we knew them. We mourn them because they help us know ourselves. And I think that's true. And I'd also say Prince has been putting out music for about 40 years, and I think for all those thousands of songs, and I think those songs have allowed us to know him, to know a bit of his personality, to know a bit of the things he cared about and the joy that he shared. So I think we have the right to say we do know a great deal about him. Now, Prince as I said, I always thought Prince would be in his 90s playing piano, and he would just be going on, and he was almost otherworldly. And I think, that's what's come as such a shock, I think, to everybody. It's not really sunk in. I keep expecting there to be another Purple Pick of the Week. I keep expecting another tweet. I keep expecting Prince to say, I'm playing your town next year. Oh, I'm coming to London and I'm going to play. And we can see the piano microphone tour. It's strange how little things upset you. Like YouTube is flooded now with Prince videos. And I'm torn because on one hand, I'm happy that people are seeing the genius that is Prince, something I've loved, and they're seeing the great work he's done. But part of me feels he felt that control was important, and although he's no longer here, the stance he took was not just for him, it was for other artists too. And some people sadly are kind of, making money out of that, and it's difficult to know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. I really don't. I don't know. The strange thing is, Prince's music, I know will be our salvation. I know that's what's going to get us through, and that's what's going to make everything alright in the end. That's strange because I've not managed to get through a song yet. I was on holiday when I learned about Prince's death, and I was buying lots of vinyl and ordering it online, and so it'd be ready for when I came back home, and it's just started to arrive, and I had the Batman album, which is the first album I ever got, and I played about a minute of Arms of Orion, and I just couldn't play anymore, and it was quite strange. And then I played Way Back Home, which was probably not a good choice because it just brought me to tears. Way Back Home, a lot of stuff in Artificial Age, just the Way Back Home song really just affects you, it just really does. My friend, a good friend of mine, said the best thing to do is to listen to every album Prince has made, in order, right back from the beginning of For You, and I think that's something I'm going to do later in the year. I don't think at the moment I could quite cope with it, but I think that's nice. Anyway, this is about my story with Prince, and I was 14 when I first heard Prince. I know exactly where I was. I was playing with a ball against a gate in a yard next to my house. 14, and I was listening to the chart show on my Walkman, and they said, here's this song by Prince, Bat Dance. And from that first moment, down, 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 down. Oh, I got a live one here. I was hooked. This sounded like no one else. I couldn't really understand. This was from another world. I knew nothing about Prince. I mean nothing. I knew nothing. I had not heard a Prince song at all. This was 1989, and I hadn't heard one. Actually, I somehow missed it. I don't understand. I'd heard Shaka Khan's "I Feel For You," but I didn't even know that was written by Prince. I loved "I Feel For You" as well. And there I was this kind of white 14-year-old boy, and there was this phenomenal black artist, this guy who dressed in these outlandish clothes. He played every instrument, he wrote, he sang, he did everything, he danced, he lived, he kind of just this otherworldly life. He was just something so unusual. I couldn't really understand it. And from then on, every year of my life was about a Prince album. And I remember every year by a Prince album. You say 89, I think Batman, 90, Graffiti Bridge, 95, Gold Experience, 96, Emancipation. And, Emancipation actually was a favourite of mine. I remember where I was when I bought it. It was 3 CDs, and my local record store had it for £20. They were selling it for £20, and I had £26 at that time in the world. That's all I had. I had nothing. And I bought the album, and I had £6 left, and it was strange because I kind of went without a bit of food that week, but kind of Prince was all the food I needed, and it lifted my spirits and it helped me, and from then on it's been a lot better. I also got married to a Prince song. I went down the aisle to The Greatest Romance Ever Sold, which was just released slightly before, and I even put Prince lyrics in my vows. The lyrics, which my wife actually read to me, were this is where you end and you and I begin. And I always remember that time. Prince was always a constant for me, a kind of constant older funky brother. He was just always there. He kind of brought me to tears. He made me laugh. He made me sing in the kitchen. I would sing in the kitchen, and I was the shyest guy in the world, and I would be there in the kitchen singing my heart out. He's the only thing that made me feel a bit of an extrovert. To know that there are no more albums to come out that we know. I mean, obviously, I said about things setting you off. Just hearing about people going into the vault makes me quite emotional. But to know there are no more albums that we know of, but there's so much in the vault, and we don't know what's going to happen to that, and that may be a big part of his legacy. Talking of that, one of the things that impressed me when I first got into Prince was Paisley Park. Who else has a place like Paisley Park? Who has that? And that said to me one important thing about Prince. Prince was all about the music. He was about nothing else but the music. He put his money where his music was. He put that money into Paisley Park, and he was about the music. Other artists get money and they spend it on vast extravagances, but Prince was about the music, and that's all he was about. And he did what he loved all his life, every moment. He really did. I think the lyric that I keep thinking of is "Let's Go Crazy," the part where he sings all excited. We don't know why. Maybe it's because we're all going to die. And when we do, what's it all for? Better live now before the Grim Reaper comes knocking on your door. And Prince did live. He lived every moment, every minute, every second. Every moment of his life was full of creation, of making songs, sharing this gift that he'd been given. And every moment he used for that, his life was an adventure. He lived a life, I think, kind of without creative restriction. He was free and he did it and he created and he said, I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm going to do this special thing, I'm going to create something different, I'm not going to follow the rules, I'm going to do these things. In 2014 I saw the last gig I ever saw, and I was so lucky because I stood about 15 foot away from Prince at the Shepherd's Bush Empire in London with Prince and Third Eye Girl, and I also got to see him a little bit later at Coco's. And I was 15 feet away from seeing Prince, and it's a remarkable experience. I mean, even in the O2 Dome, in London, in the 2007 shows, has about a capacity of like 20,000, and yet Prince can have this thing where he can sing, and it feels like he's singing to you personally, and there's no one else in the world, there's just you, and he can do that in an arena of 20,000 people. And to have that experience, to be that close to him in 2014 was special, as were the O2 shows, just remarkable shows, and it felt so personal, and people loved that. They loved that. They were phenomenal shows. I can't explain to anybody just how good they were. I mean, quite frankly, if I was an artist and I was following that, you can't. I started doing these videos because I wanted to talk about this artist, and I wanted people to have the experience I had, the joy that he brought. I wanted people to love his work, and I really wanted to enjoy it. He's meant so much to me, and he always was a man who did what he loved, and I think that's important, to do what you love, and he found a way to do that and to make that a phenomenally successful career. I mean, Oscars and Grammys, but beyond that, the wealth of work he created, the quantity of work, the quality of the work was just unprecedented. Prince said before that he wanted to get a lot done so he could stop and rest for a while, and now he can rest. He can. And we will carry on his legacy. I mean, that's what we're going to do. We will ensure that no one ever forgets about this great artist, no one ever forgets this phenomenal person. I mean, he was a kind man, a charitable man who did lots of amazing acts, and he didn't draw attention to them, and he did a lot of really nice acts of kindness which changed people's lives. He really did. Just a phenomenal man. I'm going to do these 3 videos. There's so many albums I haven't got around to reviewing yet, but at the moment I just don't know how I feel about any of this or what to do after this, but I'm just going to do these 3 videos and then we'll see. The final thing I really want to say though is that because of Prince, I've met some amazing people. I've been at Prince parties, I've met so many people online, and to every one of you, it means the world. It really does. Just to be brought together by Prince. I mean, he has changed me as a person. He has made me believe kind of in that voice in your head, and to believe to do what you want to do and not worry about other people, and just do what you love and what brings you joy. His music will be our salvation, I think, and it's the greatest gift he could ever leave us. It's hard to listen to at the moment, but this will be the greatest gift he ever leaves us, because he has left us so much. He could have just left us a little collection of a couple of albums, 2 or 3 albums, but he didn't. He left us so much, and for that we have to be thankful. Thank you.